Oh man, you don't like to see it, guys. The TSM wounds right now are wide open and people are just taking their digs time and time again. I would say some people out there taking more appropriate digs than others, and one that I really did enjoy hearing about was G2's very own GrabbZ. I would say a pretty fair take on how he would never work with a guy who handled the situation like Doublelift did. That, of course, being his leave, and even during his last few months with Team Liquid, it was somewhat controversial, right? Ever since even the beginning of last split, it was kind of controversial. The way he ended and departed eventually to TSM, well, we've seen a slew of issues. Here's what GrabbZ had to say about it.
Just to mention, because you talked about Doublelift right now, I think he's by far the biggest winner of this whole Lina fiasco. Because as a coach, I'm not, like, how do I say it? Not mad, but I would not want to work with that person as a coach, the way how he left Team Liquid. And I think it was not professional. If he doesn't want to be a leader and feel motivated, it's fine. And I even defended him because I thought that's something he told his teammates beforehand, and it's fine. You know, we all feel down at some points. But apparently, Jensen was trying for his life, and then suddenly Doublelift didn't want to. Then he's benched for a week, and then suddenly says, "Oh, I feel motivated again." Then you're talking bullshit. That's not how it works. Like, you're not suddenly benched for one game, and then suddenly you have an epiphany, and it all goes back down to you. Then he shit talks his coaches and teammates publicly in the streams, and then off. Like, this guy is a 10-year veteran, the star player of the region, and behaves like this.
And a lot of this just does make sense. Even beginning of the split, the controversy did start up with a guy like Doublelift during his time there, his last few months, and his departure. We talked about on the channel as well, even during his last few months with Liquid, it was a bit iffy, right? Taking a live stream and talk about his own team being a democracy, and even talking about how he was denied the chance to lead this team, and other things were said about his teammates. As a fan, as a viewer, you might think, wow, that's super cool for Doublelift to be that transparent about the team's issues. As anyone else, though, as a team owner, a staff member, a coach as well, you might think that's probably an internal discussion to have with your teammates, not publicly on stream. Despite all of that, I would say most importantly, during his departure and his video of which he called out his teammates and staff members for a lack of communication of the issues they had with him, that point was directly contradicted and denied and refuted by Dodo, also from Team Liquid. There were several holes in that Doublelift departure of things that he said that the staff members or teammates did deny and kind of picked apart as well. You're left as a fan only wanting to know what the actual truth is and having to pick the sides, right? Who do you believe? Who do you trust? That's fully up to you. So I totally understand where GrabbZ is coming from. If one of his own players, or, you know, any other player out there acted in a similar manner to how Doublelift did, he doesn't want to work with them. And I mean, now you have TSM under fire from a variety of angles, and I've covered a lot of organizations out there being under fire, FaZe Clan this past week being one of them. I never thought I'd have a time in my life where I would say TSM is under more fire than FaZe Clan, right? The potential conflict of interest, the departure of Doublelift, of course, from Liquid, now joining TSM. That's been controversial. Then, on fact, on his own stream, just so happened Lina's talking about Dardoch, and now we have the deleted video of Reginald even coming forward about the apologies from Lina and Reginald having several contradictions between them. It is just jab after jab after jab, and really terrible handling, I would say, from TSM so far. I hope things pick it up, but the onslaught and the war does continue between a lot of people out there versus TSM. I will keep on breaking it down for all of you guys. These are trying times. They're exciting times, right? This is spicy stuff and can be great to watch from the outside looking in, but probably a bit of concerning times for a team like TSM, who, especially after all of this, they have a lot to prove. Can they prove it with Doublelift on the roster? What do you guys think? Until next time, hope you guys all enjoy. Drink your water, drink your coffee. I'll see you guys back here sometime soon.